Hey, so today I'm going to talk about something that's probably the dumbest thing I could possibly talk about. Now, what I mean is, I want to talk about the not only just manipulation as a whole, but the idea that I am probably one of the easiest people for someone to manipulate. Now, what it really means to manipulate is to take someone who's gullible, make them do things all in the sake of just because they care about you. You know, you abuse the fact that they care about you or love you or any of that kind of shit, and you extort, money from them. You make them do embarrassing things. And at the end of the day, I could definitely say that if I trusted someone enough, that I could easily be manipulated. But the reason I say this, because it's one of those things where it's like, well, why would you talk about that, right? Why would you say that on the internet? Why would you go on the internet and proudly proclaim that I am so easy to manipulate? Because at the end of the day, me being easy to manipulate does not mean that I can just be manipulated at any time. Because for certain types of manipulation, you genuinely have to establish a connection with that person to then take advantage of that person. I'm not someone where someone I don't know is just like, hey, show your balls. And I'm just going to be like, okay. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. But if I trusted someone, which I don't trust really anyone except one person, and it's my cousin, and I don't think at this point he knows just how easy he could just take everything from me if he wanted to. And the thing is, like, it's like, yeah, I'm talking about it, which seems a bit weird if that's the case. If I'm talking about it and I'm knowing that could take advantage of me, then why would I let people take advantage of me? But the reality is that if I can establish a connection with someone, I will be so obsessed with the idea of keeping that connection that I will do almost anything to keep that connection because I have never had a connection with anyone. So having a connection with a person just automatically makes me think if I lose this connection, I'll never have another. So my brain thinks, gotta do whatever they want because you gotta please them. You gotta make them happy. If someone who I trusted came to me and said, "Hey, give me $500," I would do everything in my power to get $500 to them because I want that connection to be good. They don't even have to pay me back. Hell, they can take the money and then punch me in the gut, and I will do everything in my power to be like, "No, I can't ruin this connection. I can't get mad at them. I can't do anything." So yeah, maybe it's stupid to go on the internet and be like, I'm easy to manipulate. But at the end of the day, I also don't trust anyone. I have almost no trust in any person at all. So that's why I'm okay with like saying like, oh, I'm easy to manipulate. And the reason I'm okay with saying that is because of the fact that I don't trust people often. Meaning it's already hard for people to get into my life or to even have me trust them. So I'm both hard and easy to manipulate. I'm easy to manipulate if you get into my life, but I'm impossible to manipulate if I genuinely don't know you, nor do I trust you. And like I said, I don't trust a lot of people. So that's why I'm okay with just saying like, oh, well, I'm easy to manipulate because I can it's all about understanding yourself, right? Like you have to understand your flaws and things about you that will probably never change and just say like, you know what? This is me. I can't fucking do anything about it. I can't change that I'm someone so obsessed with a connection to other humans that if I establish one, I will do anything to keep it. Because at this point, I'm pretty damn sure that if I was dating a girl and she told me to kill someone or she would leave me, I'd probably kill someone. Like, I'm just that easy to manipulate. But like I said, I don't trust people and I'll never trust people. Because of the fact that I know that people can easily manipulate me, that's probably another reason why I don't trust people. Because I realize that one bad person getting into my life is enough to destroy it. And maybe it's just me because I used to be a lot more trusting and I used to let quite a few people into my life and every single one of them did something to betray my trust. So maybe that's another reason. But I don't learn. I don't learn. People, if they get in my life, they can easily just fucking twist my arm and have everything. I would literally give like every fucking piece of everything that I own to someone if I trusted them enough and they asked me. If my cousin literally came to me and said, "Hey, I want all your money, I want all your games, I want your entire room," I'd give it to him. Like in a heartbeat. I would literally sit in an empty room with nothing to do, just staring at the ceiling. If it meant keeping a connection with someone, I will literally give up everything I own if it means not losing a connection that I know that I will never get back. So I'm very easy to manipulate, but I'm impossible to get close to. So, I mean, it's kind of a weird topic because it's like, well, why the fuck would you want to talk about this, right? Because I was watching, I watch random videos. Sometimes I re-watch old videos, and I was watching, you know, these videos documenting Chris Chan. Anyone who doesn't know who Chris Chan is, was a guy who is now a female, or I don't know. I think that's how it went. But Chris Chan originally was a high functioning autistic person who the internet manipulated, right? He at the time, he was very easy to manipulate, and people got into his life easily by just preying on the fact that he was lonely, and he'd get in their life, and then they would just destroy his life, and they'd make him do terrible shit. And then even when he became a she still fell for that stuff. So I was watching those videos, and I was thinking about like how some people are easily manipulated, how it's very easy for people to just, like, some people will just establish a connection immediately if you press the right button, right? And in that case, it was love, because Chris Chan wanted love, and so they established this connection, just immediately be like, hey, I'm in love with you, and that's all it took. And then it turned into manipulation, right? And so it made me think, like, how easy would I be to manipulate, right? But then I thought about my past, and I thought about how easily I used to trust people, and how easy it was for people to manipulate and just take shit from me, and how I just kind of took it and was just like, I don't want to lose this connection. But the reality was, even though I was manipulated, I still lost those connections. So, yeah, I'm easy to manipulate, but impossible to come near. But I always think that, like, I always could have been worse, right? I could have been trusting and gullible. And granted, in the story where I was talking about how I was watching the Chris Chan documentary shit, he had high functioning autism. Like, of course he was gonna be easy to manipulate. That's like people really just picked on that man. Formerly man, now woman, who's now in jail. But Chris Chan doesn't deserve sympathy because Chris Chan's kind of not a good person. But I was watching those, and it made me just think about just being gullible and easy to manipulate, and how quickly someone can just get in your life and just fuck everything up. And I don't trust anyone except one person, and that one person at any time, if they wanted to, could easily just take everything from me and destroy what little left I have of life. Like, my cousin could literally walk in and just say, I want to break your fucking leg, and I'd be like, okay, just go for it. I don't want you to hate me, so just do it, right? So I guess that's kind of one of the reasons why I don't trust people, and that's because I realize that I'm just too easy, because I'm just that desperate for humans to care about me. I'm just that desperate for someone to be close to me and for me to care about this person and them care about me in return, that once I have that, I just don't want to let that go, and I will literally destroy myself if it means just keeping it. So yeah, I'm easy to manipulate. And it, like I said, it's a stupid thing to just throw out there and be like, hey guys, look at me, I'm easy to manipulate. But at the same time, I'll never trust a fucking other person, like, ever. Like, no matter how nice they are to me, like, I will never trust that person, because to me, someone being nice to me just seems like pity, or they're trying to sell me something, or they have a plan, right? Because someone could be nice to me, and then they're like, maybe like a couple days down the road, they're just like, hey man, so I got a SoundCloud. You should like check it out. Maybe signal boost this shit. Show some people. Hey, is that cool? Or hey, I have an OnlyFans. Do you think you could promote it? Like, I don't want to like trust someone and then just have them be like, hey man, come do shit for us. Because if I actually establish a connection with that person, I will probably do it. And I don't like that. And I know that. I know that I'm going to just fall into that trapping. So I don't trust people and I try to block people out of my life so that I don't be manipulated because I realize it's just that easy. And I know that I can't fix that about myself because I just can't tell people no. Because when I trust people, I don't like to just say no. Like if someone's like, hey, let's do this thing. Okay. Even if I don't like that thing, I will do that thing. And the most I've done is I've tried my hardest to be like, oh, it's like if I didn't want to do something, the hardest I would do is be like, oh shit, I can't do that because like trying to come up with like an excuse that actually works and is not me like lying. Like me trying to like think like, okay, there's got to be like some way I can get out of this. It's like, oh, this obvious thing, like it's not actually lying. I'm not actually lying to them, and I'm not saying no. I'm just telling them the truth, right? Because I sometimes have moments like that, but like I can't say no. I can say no to someone I don't care about nor know, but if I trust someone, I just can't fucking say no. If they're like, hey, let's do this thing, I can't say no, even if I hate it. I can't say no regardless. They could literally say, hey man, let's go to a bar and get drunk. And I don't want to go to a bar. I don't like getting drunk, but I would just say, okay. I wouldn't say no because I don't want to do it. I'd be like, okay, let's go. They could, like, people I trust could literally drag me into the worst places. They could be like, hey man, you want to come accompany me to a drug deal? And I would just be like, okay. Because I don't want to say no. I don't want to lose this connection, but I could go to jail for that. So I guess just that's the point. The point is that anyone could literally manipulate me if I trusted them, which I don't trust anyone. Because like I said, I see people being nice as pity or just kind of just selling something or, trolling. The whole thing of like people go on the internet, they look for what would be what the internet considers a lol cow, those people that they provoke and get a reaction out of, or they slide into their life and manipulate them type people on the internet. They look for their lol cow on the internet, which I still think is like a terrible name. They could just call it like a cow. They didn't need the fucking LOL at the beginning. They could just call it a fucking cow or like a reaction cow or anything like that. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I don't trust people. I don't trust anything. I don't trust people being nice. I don't trust people saying anything nice. I don't trust any of it. I see it all as just like an eventual like selling point or just like a trying to weasel their way into my life type thing. Because I'm just that fucking jaded and so fucking guarded that it's just like I know that I can easily be screwed with, so I'm gonna block all humans out because I just realized that literally if I open my fucking heart for 1 second, I can easily be taken advantage of because I'm just that much of a bitch. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck this was. So it's just me saying something that maybe people will look at and be like, oh, so all I gotta do is weasel their way in their life and I can attack them. But fun fact, no one's getting into my life. No one. Not unless someone somehow has some magic power, they're not. But yeah, weird video. I don't know. It's basically just like going on the internet saying, hey, here's my weakness. But I don't really give a shit. I'm gonna be real. I just like talking aimlessly. So yeah, whatever.